everybody on YouTube and all the NBA fans out there? This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my 2019 NBA playoffs for the semifinal round. Check it out. First off, before I make my picks, I want to send my thoughts and prayers out to my Boston Celtics and John Havlicek, who recently passed away from Parkinson's disease, and it's a very terrible disease, I know, which just occurred late the other night, and I believe it was during draft night in the NFL. So, yep, the Celtics fans, including myself, were all hurting from this. So it's a very tough loss. One of the all-time greats, probably one of the most underrated players of all time. I would control saying it. Even Bill Russell said himself that not only was a great teammate and a great friend, but he was also family. So that tells you something, how John Havlicek truly was. He was very unappreciated, underrated player, and everything else like that. But I want to send my condolences out to the Boston Celtics and the fans like myself, and to his family. And so then, let's get on with the picks. Well, first, I took my hat off for it, out of respect. I mean, I shouldn't have done that, but But John Havlicek is mostly remembered when he stole the ball in I forget what year it was. I think it was, hold on. It was 1965. Sorry, I had to look that up, despite I should know that by now. Ugh. But yeah, it was during the Eastern Conference Championship against Philadelphia that year. But it was really a good game, It was a big emotional game, He's probably best remembered for that. Other than that, he was an underrated player. I believe he was a lot more than that, though. He was a lot more. So, But he was a Hall of Famer, no doubt about that. And he was an 8-time NBA champion, Finals MVP in '74, 13-time All-Star, and 4-time NBA first team, and 7-time NBA All-Star second team, and defensive first team was a 5-time, and he was a rookie class. And he was on the 50th anniversary team and the 35th anniversary team. And not only that, he won an NCAA basketball championship in Ohio State back in 1960, which is pretty interesting on that, which I never knew about that until late the other night. So I never knew that. So anyways, till then, rest in peace, John Havlicek. And then God rest your soul. And you're one great Celtic player. Really, really are. So, alright, let's get on with my picks. Okay, what happened in the first round? Milwaukee, as I expected, they beat Detroit. That was a sweep. And my Boston Celtics beat the Indiana Pacers with a sweep. That didn't happen to work out too. And Toronto beat Orlando 4-1. But like I said in my latest video on the NBA playoffs, look out for Orlando. So anyways, Golden State, they beat out the Lakers despite getting DeMarcus Cousins getting hurt. And not only that, Houston beat out Utah. And Portland with the game-winning shot on the other night, though. Oh. Yeah, sorry, Damian Lillard. So, who got the game-winning shot on that game, on the final game, and then move on to the next round, which Paul George said after the game that was a bad shot, which, to me, I don't think it's a bad shot. It was a great shot. I mean, that was out of the backyard or something. So, that was definitely a good shot, though. I mean, that was really good. So, I think Portland's going on. And we still haven't got to this game yet for Denver and San Antonio. So, that's Game 7 tonight. And Game 2 starts tomorrow afternoon. So, that's why I'm getting it done now. So, anyways, I think... sorry. And whoever wins that game for Denver and San Antonio, they're going to go on to play Portland. So, anyways, I'm going to kick things off in the Western Conference. In this one, I'm going to kick off with Golden State and Houston, the rematch of the Western Conference Finals from last year. Until then, I think whatever's going to happen now, I think Houston on one side wants redemption. Golden State wants to have one more run with the Oracle Arena before they go to the new arena, which I believe that's not until, I think, next year. I forget the name of it. Trying to think that... I think it's called the Chase Center, I think. Coming in San Francisco next year, so they're going to move back to San Francisco next year. So It's because of the last year of the Oracle Arena, which they had so many memories in the Oracle Arena. In that one, they won a few championships down there. Of course, they had their dismal years, and a lot of years on that, until Stephen Curry came along and Klay Thompson. And, of course, you might put in the mix with Kevin Durant getting in there and DeMarcus Cousins getting in there, too, adding to the mix. So, anyways, Golden State's a powerful team. They can probably do some damage, but Houston wants redemption from last year, and I'm sure they want to get some of that right now. So, anyways, I think going in this one, this is going to be a 7-game series on that. I see that in a 7-game. That's one of my 7-game series. I'll give you a tell what's going to happen next. But anyways, I think going into this one, I think this is going to be a game that it's going to be a back-and-forth lineup, though. I know James Harden had a terrible game, but boy, he would love to make up that series from this one. I think, no doubt about that. But honestly, I like Golden State in this one, personally. And I think this will go to 7 games in this one. I think Golden State over Houston, 4-3. Going to Portland in the winner of the Denver-San Antonio game. All right, no matter who wins this game, San Antonio and Denver. I think no matter what, I'm going to say this flat out. Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers, they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals. I can't see anyone beating Portland. I think Portland's a really good, underrated team, too. I think Portland may go to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 93, so almost 26 years now. So this is going to be really interesting how that one's going to play out. But I think, I don't know who it's going to be. I said Denver, 4-3, which I predicted that was going to be a 7-game series. We'll just have to wait until we have to find out who wins. But anyways, I think, and now no matter who Portland's going to play, I think they're going to win out that series. So I think if it's Denver, 6-game series. San Antonio, 7 games. That's one of my 7 games, as I was going to say. I think 2 of the Western Conference Finals are going to go to 7-game series. Because Greg Popovich, you got to handle what Greg Popovich is doing. You got to do that. So, anyways, like I said, Portland wins it over Denver or San Antonio. If Portland plays Denver, 4-2. If it's San Antonio they play, 4-3. Okay, I'm going into the Eastern Conference semifinals. Philadelphia and Toronto. The very first one going into that one. Well, the Eastern Conference was no problem. There was sweeps in a 5-game series in that one. Like in the Western Conference Finals, there's a 5-game and a 6-game series. Now we go to a 7-game series tonight, like I mentioned. But anyways, I think Milwaukee and I'll get to Milwaukee and Boston in a minute. But Philadelphia and Toronto, classic Eastern Conference Atlantic Division. So I think it's gonna go right at it again. So I think number 3, and it's Philadelphia and Toronto. This is an underrated rivalry right there. And of course, like Toronto, I think Toronto's going to fall apart like the Toronto Maple Leafs did. It'd be ironic if Toronto wins and if for some reason the Celtics came in and upset Milwaukee. And then they'll have another Boston-Toronto rematch like the first round of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. So, all right, back to basketball. But what I'm saying is I think Toronto, I can't see about Toronto. And, oh, my God. I just can't. I just can't trust Toronto. But, like I said, this trade is the big part of the chess for Toronto when they got Kawhi Leonard and they got for DeMar DeRozan. So, hey, you never know. So, that's going to be a very interesting thing how they're going to play out with that. So, I think this is going to be really good. So, anyways, I think going into that series, I don't know. I think I like Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia Sixers in this one. So I like Philadelphia beating Toronto, and I think that's a 5-game series on that one. I think I just can't see it, and I just can't trust Toronto for some reason. I just don't. I don't trust the Maple Leafs. I don't trust Kawhi Leonard. But something I don't really know what it is. But anyways, I like Philadelphia over Toronto. The Philadelphia Sixers over the Toronto Raptors, 4-3. All right, going to the big one in this one. My Boston Bruins and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, NBA MVP, I think, this year. I think that's what's going to happen with them. And Chris Middleton, an all-star this year who's doing really well. They have a couple of injuries on the side, I think, which I don't think that should be a problem for Milwaukee. They have Paul Gasol getting hurt, and Malcolm Brogdon getting hurt, and Dante DiVincenzo, who got hurt. And so they have a couple of injuries right there and there, but I don't think that should be a problem for Milwaukee. So, but Anyways, though, if Giannis or Chris Middleton gets hurt, yeah, that could be in dead heat right now. So, anyways, I like, but now with the Celtics and we're going through right now, getting the loss of John Havlicek, and getting get a big emotional win from Philadelphia, Boston for sweep from Indiana, getting a sweep for them. Brad Stevens, Marcus Smart, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I think they're all clicking in, and so is Gordon Hayward. They're all clicking in at the right moment. That's what I see going into that, and I think that trend is going to happen still, man. I don't know. I want to pick Boston in this. I want to pick my Boston Celtics, but I don't know. I gotta go with Milwaukee. I have to go to Milwaukee. Even if Milwaukee loses to my Boston Celtics, I would be happy as hell for this. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I'm glad I'm wrong with this one. I'll tell you that one right now. So anyways, that is a 7-game series. I see that all over it. No doubt about it. It's so much to learn. But Marcus Smart is hurt right now. That's the only clunker. I have a little theory on that. And if we get to the Eastern Conference Finals, he'll be back then. I don't know when, but he will be back in the Eastern Conference Finals. But, true to be told, I gotta go with Milwaukee. I gotta go with Giannis. I gotta go with Chris Middleton. Despite with the injuries they got there. And, oh my God, And I think Mike Budenholzer, Budenholzer, who was a former, he was an assistant for Greg Popovich for so many years. Was with the Atlanta's coach for a little while until that. Oh my God. But still, they got into the playoffs for the first time out of the first round since 2001 during Ray Allen was there. So, yeah. But still, I like I gotta go with Milwaukee. I have to go, despite my Celtics being a Celtic fan. But I'll be glad if I'm wrong with this one. I'll be glad. But the Milwaukee Bucks over my Boston Celtics in a 4 games. It's a 3 series. It's a 7-game series on that one. So I got Philadelphia, Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Portland and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. So that will wrap up my 2019 NBA playoffs predictions. This is Andrew Warren signing off, saying peace out. Catch you later.